Warning, heavy spoilers for the Rise of Skywalker. You have been warned. What's good? It's Boy Dude Reviews, and I've rewatched the Rise of the Skywalker once again, and it's time for spoilers. Like, in my previous review, I didn't really give too much spoilers, it was just kind of brief, but now it's gonna be full on, so you have been warned. Let's go all out. And just in case you haven't seen my video, what is it about? Well, Rise of Skywalker is a 2019 American epic space opera film produced, co-written and directed by J.J. Abrams. It acts as the third installment of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and it's the final episode in the 9-part Skywalker saga. It stars Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Anthony Daniels, Naomi Ackie, Domhnall Gleeson, Richard E. Grant, Lupita Nyong'o, Kerry Russell, Jonas Samonto, Kelly Maria Tran, Ian McDermott, Billy Dee Williams, and other characters. The film follows Rey, Finn, and Poe Dameron as they lead the Resistance final stand against Kylo Ren and the First Order, who now aided by the return of the deceased Galactic Emperor Palpatine. And it's so far received mixed reviews from critics who praise the cast performances and visual effects but criticize the story, pacing, and perceived departures from the themes and story of The Last Jedi. But what do I think about this film? Well, obviously in my previous review I was kind of mixed on the film, but rewatching it again I'm a little bit more positive again, but it's still a bit off. But let's get the, in a way, let's get the elephant out of the room, and that's Palpatine. Palpatine's back, and the whole edition of Palpatine is fantastic. I'm sorry, I know people are not that happy about it, but I think it's a really great edition, and it makes sense as it is part of the Skywalker saga. Palpatine has always been a part of this, and to include him in it, it makes sense. I feel like him actually making Snoke, and we see the Snoke clones in the test tubes, where it's oh, okay, that makes sense. Having Snoke as the main bad guy, making everyone think he is, while behind the scenes Palpatine was planning something even deadlier and bigger, was a great way to kind of surprise his enemies in a way. I thought that was all really good in my opinion. But I am mixed, because about Palpatine is that I wish they set him up in the previous film, The Last Jedi. The moment Kylo Ren kills Snoke in that previous film, Palpatine should just come walking out saying, I created Snoke, or something like that. I feel like if they did that, it would establish Palpatine in that one, and then we could have had a really climactic film. And yeah, I feel like all of Palpatine's backstory and all that lot, and where he's been, that should have all been established in The Last Jedi, and then this film should have just been taking him down, and Rey's kind of confliction between, her destiny and all that. I think that would have been great. It would have been similar to The Last Jedi, to The Return of the Jedi, but I think it would have been really great. Her being the granddaughter of Palpatine was really great. I mean, I do like the idea of it. The execution, I feel like it was very rushed. They should have revealed it in the previous film, in my opinion. They really should have. If anything, the first film, they really should have revealed she was the granddaughter of Palpatine before, because I feel like rushing it in this film, it was just too much too soon, and it was a bit bloated. They didn't establish who Rey's father was, because apparently Palpatine had a son. And the thing is that I don't think he got with anyone. I think he created his son via midi-chlorians, because if you remember in Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine's talking to Anakin saying that he's about Darth Plagueis the Wise, and how he was able to create life from the midi-chlorians, and he looks at Anakin, and it's yeah, I think Palpatine created his son via the midi-chlorians, and we don't really know too much about who his son was, to be honest with you, but I'm guessing he had the potential to succeed him, but I'm guessing he didn't want any part of it, and he just ran away. And I don't know, I don't know, maybe he was running away from the Emperor, and maybe the Emperor was tracking him down. I don't know, they didn't explain much, but that's my little theories. Tell me in the comments what you think about it. Maybe they explain more. The thing with this film is that obviously you see my full review, and talking more about spoilers. Another thing I was disappointed about is that it's more fan fiction-y, but when Rey is about on the brink of death and then she starts hearing the voices of all the previous Jedi, I would have preferred to have like ghost versions of them. Just bring back Ewan McGregor, like have like Ewan McGregor, Andy Christian, Aiden Christian, Yoda and all them lot, Mace Windu, just bring them as ghosts and just have them stand side by side with Rey. That would have been really nice, and it would have wrapped the bow on the Skywalker saga in a way. Just even if they had CGI versions of them, it would have just been like they're there. But they didn't, and I know it's fan fictiony for me, but what can you say, you know? Yeah, this film was just really, really bad. It was much better watching it the second time around because I appreciate the stuff that happens, you know, like this film made me really like Rey, Finn and Poe, like their banter together and like their interactions. I thought it was really good, you know. I thought they worked really well with one another, and rewatching this film I really noticed how, you know, the Carrie Fisher scenes and Princess Leia scenes, they were filmed in like Force Awakens, and the way I think they had those scenes and like the dialogue was meant for Force Awakens, but all the actors who interact with her, they wrote it in a way that they had to write around what Leia was saying, you know, and some of it came across a bit odd. It was a bit jerky at times, you know, with what they were saying because it was from another film, and yeah, but they did a good job stitching it together, you know, because you can tell. I thought I didn't know that, and you know, if I didn't know it the first time around, then they'd done a good job doing it, you know. There's the scene when Luke, obviously he's a Force ghost, and he's telling Rey about how Leia had a lightsaber and she was being trained as a Jedi, and we had a CGI version of young Luke and young Leia, and it was nice. I mean, we got to see a bit of the past, and it makes you realize that what could have been if like Leia, if Carrie Fisher was alive, you know. I think they planned a lot, but sadly, you know, she passed away, and it's sad, you know. And yeah, I mean, what they did was a good job, you know, and I'm not going to say too much on that, you know. Kylo Ren as a whole was really great, you know. He was definitely one of my favorite characters in the whole film, you know, and his redemption and him coming back, and then having Han Solo there as, no, he's not a Force ghost, he's more of like a memory of Ben, like what could have been if they were, you know, that scene on the bridge when Han Solo and Ben Solo were talking, you know. And it's kind of like a re-imaginative. It's like what could have been if he had chosen the light side, you know. And I thought that was really touching, you know. I thought that was really great. That was very nice, and just it really tied the bow just nicely, to be honest with you. Very good. The film, in my opinion, is much prettier looking, you know, than the other films. I mean, Last Jedi had a lot of nice scenes, you know, but just like it feels more grittier. It feels lived in, you know. It reminds me at times of like the OG trilogy, you know, and it looks better. Like I'm talking about the cinematography, you know, and the cuts and like the camera angles, and yeah, it just felt right to me, you know. It felt this is like how it is. In my opinion, this film is better than The Last Jedi. Just personally, The Last Jedi may have had more vibrant colors, you know, in like certain shots, you know, but this film was just better told in a way, you know. It might actually be better than Force Awakens in certain areas, you know. As a film on its own, it might be the best in the Disney series. Like out of all the Disney movies, this might be the best one out of all the Disney movies released by Lucasfilms as a movie. Like, but Force Awakens is always gonna be like just higher there, just because of, you know, bringing the Star Wars back and, you know, having that feel and the dialogue and all that lot. I think it might be neck and neck with Force Awakens, you know. It feels very similar to that film, you know. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, like there are some things that I'm like, whoa, what happened in this film? Like Rey, you know, oh god, like the whole Rey being the granddaughter of Palpatine, I kind of knew, not going in. It was when Chewie was kidnapped on the ship and she was trying to stop him, and Kylo Ren was trying to stop Rey, and then she blasted that lightning bolt. I was like, yep, she's related to Palpatine. Instantly I was like, yep, I wouldn't be surprised. And when they revealed it, I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that. And just even including Palpatine in this film, you kind of knew it. If they revealed him in the second film without telling the audience, just keeping it a secret, that would have been so much better in a way. But it's just what could have, it's just it's this film has good ideas, but some of the execution was done. It wasn't the execution; it was that they put so much in, and they should have just stretched it out throughout these films, but I don't know why they didn't. I think they didn't want to be like the OG trilogy, they just wanted to be different, Each film feels independent from the other one. It feels different, like it's just very different. This film has a lot of fan fiction. It's Rise of the fan fiction, more like Rise of the Skywalker. The amount of fan fiction is it's incredible, and it doesn't always work. It's kind of forced in. With Endgame, the fanfiction was earned because they stretched out the storyline and what was happening. This one, they didn't stretch out the storyline. They just put it all in one film, and it was very bloated. It's a beautiful bloated film. This film is a beautiful bloated fanfiction. That's what I'll call it. And yeah, I haven't talked too much. There's so much that happened in this film, and not much as well. Yeah, that's about it, Yeah. Tell me in the comments down below what you thought of this film, I might see it again. Obviously, before, I was going to rank all the Star Wars films, but then I realized there's one more film that I forgot to watch, and it's the Clone Wars. And I thought, but this is an animated film. But then again, it was released in the cinemas, so yeah, I'm going to have to watch that film before I review and rank all the Star Wars films, so stay tuned for those ones. But thank you for watching this review. Please like, share the video, comment down below and tell me what's your favourite Star Wars flick. With that, so thank you for watching. As always, Blotted Review signing out.